welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. As promised, this is my video on classic rock band Nazareth, whom I have heard of for many years. I mean, who that likes rock music hasn't heard Hair of the Dog or Love Hurts? They're two of the classic rock songs of the 70s. But until recently, I never really dove that into them. But lately, they've been becoming one of my new favorite bands, and I kind of want to talk about what I think about their 70s output, and then I'm going to rank those 70s classic Nazareth albums for you from my least favorite to my favorite. So, just a little bit, let me put my notepad down here, just a little bit of how I got into these guys. About 2 years ago or so, found a copy of Hair of the Dog at Goodwill, and it's just one of those kinds of things that you find in a thrift store that, even though I wasn't really into the band at the time, you have to pick it up. I can't let an album like this pass me by whenever I see it in a thrift store. So I picked it up and I listened to it, and I loved it. I thought it was really good. Hair of the Dog, of course, I love that track. Love Hurts, of course, is a classic. Then you got like Miss Misery, Changing Times, Beggar's Day, which I like. So yeah, I quite liked it. Then I didn't really think about Nazareth too much for maybe another year or so. That one kind of got shuffled back into my record collection, and then a little bit after that, this came in at Goodwill, and just like Hair of the Dog, I wasn't gonna let it go. I didn't play this one right away though. It took me a little while before I actually put it on the record player, but when I did, my thoughts were, dang, this is better than Hair of the Dog. It's quite amazing, actually, and that's what really got me interested in more Nazareth. So, also, I did pick this one up too. I haven't listened to this one yet, though. I picked this one up probably, well, it was a little bit before my Nazareth kick started, because I found it for $3, and I thought, you know what, someday I might want that. So I picked it up, and I'm glad I did, because today's the day that I want it. Also, in an antique store, I got this right before my Nazareth kick started. I saw this, I thought about it, and I passed it up, and then a week or two later, went back, thank God it was still there, and got it for myself. So, that's pretty much how I got into Nazareth. It started with Hair of the Dog, then Razmanaz, and then I started looking up videos online of people ranking Nazareth albums, like Pete Pardo on Sea of Tranquility, and Bryce Talks Metal. There was one or two other videos that I checked out as well. There's not a whole lot of Nazareth videos on YouTube though, so I checked them out to kind of get an idea of where to go and which albums I should check out. It seemed to me that the 70s seems to be the most popular albums, so I decided, since this band has a ton of studio albums, I thought the logical thing to do would be to start in the 70s, get to know those albums, listen to them, and rank them, and then once I kind of get into them, then move on to the 80s, and so on and so forth till we get to present day. So as of right now, it's the 10 70s albums that I want to rank and that I want to talk about, because I do. Because this Nazareth is a fantastic band. In my opinion, maybe one of the most underrated groups of the 70s. I certainly never would have thought, before I ever picked up Hair of the Dog, I would have never thought that this band would be that great. I don't know why. They never really struck me as a band I needed to get into, but honestly, I should have been listening to these guys 20 years ago. So, now I have to put my notepad back up. I don't own all of these yet. I've managed to get my hands on all but 2 of them. So, coming in at the bottom, and I was torn between 2 as to which one I wanted to go with at the bottom, but I'm going to put the debut album at number 10. It's a good album. It doesn't have too many standouts to me. I do like Witch Doctor Woman and Dear John. My least favorite song I have written down is I Had a Dream. Overall, though, it's a good album. I think I just think that the albums that they come out with after this are done better. It's a good album, but Nazareth has better in the catalog. That's pretty much what it comes down to for me. Number 9, I'm going to go with this one right here, Playing the Game. I like the first half of this album quite a bit. Somebody to Roll, Down Home Girl, Flying, Waiting for the Man has a really cool driving bass line that I like quite a lot. Born to Love. And I really like the way this one closes up with LA Girls. It is one of, if not my favorite track on the album. But the tracks in between Born to Love and LA Girls I don't really care for. So that's kind of what sinks this one for me. I Want to Do Everything for You, I Don't Want to Go Without You, and Wild Honey just did not do anything for me. So that little dent on the album is what sinks this one to number 9. Otherwise, some good tracks on here, but they have more consistent records in my opinion. Number 8, I'm going to go with the other one that I haven't gotten my hands on yet. That is Exercises. This is the most different album they have of the 70's. A lot more laid back, acoustic driven, a little folksy in parts. But I actually quite like it. I don't like the first song, I Will Not Be Led. I couldn't get into that one. But every other song I actually liked quite a bit. My highlights would be Cat's Eye Apple Pie, In My Time, Call Her Name, and my favorite song on the album, one that I played like 20 times back to back before I could actually finish the rest of the album, was Full About You. That one was super, super catchy, and I love that one. All in all, Exercises, I don't think I would have liked Nazareth as much had they gone down that road. I'm kind of glad they went back to the harder rock sound, but for this one album in the catalog, it's kind of nice and it's kind of fun. Some good songs, but ultimately it comes in at number 8 for me. Number 7, we're going to go with Close Enough for Rock and Roll. This one's a bit of a concept album in a way, talking about life as a rock star, life on the road, and it's really summed up in the opening track, Telegram, which comes in 4 different parts and is kind of a bit of a proggy number, especially for Nazareth, but it's great. I love it. The other big standout on this album for me would be Carry Out Feelings. It's kind of a more laid back, almost ballady sort of reggae track. I really like it. It's my favorite song on the album. The rest of this album is quite good. I think Telegram and Carry Out Feelings sort of outshine the rest of the album, but it's surely a good, solid Nazareth listen. Comes in at number 7. Number 6. And maybe this one is just because it's not the new and exciting album to me anymore, but I'm going to go with Hair of the Dog at number 6. Again, I love the title track. I love Miss Misery. Love Hurts, Changing Times, Beggar's Day. Rose and the Heather is a nice instrumental one. And I may be in the minority here, but my 2 least favorite songs are the last 2, Whiskey Drinking Woman and Please Don't Judas Me. Not bad songs by any means. I just don't like them as much as I like the rest of the album. Maybe that's why this one sinks a little bit for me. And just watching other Nazareth videos, I know a lot of people pick out those songs as highlights, but for me, I don't know, maybe I just don't get them yet, but they're my least favorite. Still decent, but my least favorite. So Hair of the Dog is going to come in at number 6. And again, that might just be because all these other ones are a lot newer to me. So coming in at number 5, I'm going to go with No Mean City. This is the album that they added another guitar player, Zal Clemenson, from Sensational Alex Harvey Band. And it does add a dimension. This is a much thicker, fuller sounding album than the rest of these, and it rocks pretty hard. Dan McCaffrey's at his best, man. I love his screeching vocals too. He's like quickly becoming one of my favorite classic rock vocalists. I love his voice. You know, just to get into it's pretty good. May the Sun Shine, Simple Solution, Star, Claim to Fame, Whatever You Want, Babe, No Mean City. Good stuff. No Mean City for me is going to come in at number 5. Number 4. I've got Rampant. This one to me, as I was kind of getting into the 70s albums, this was the one that I kind of kept forgetting about. In my mind, Loud and Proud just went right into Hair of the Dog, and I kind of forgot that this one was sitting in the middle there. And then when I played it, it's like, holy crap, this is awesome. Silver Dollar Forger, fantastic. Glad When You're Gone, fantastic. Loved and Lost is really good. Shanghai and Shanghai, like Jet Lag, Light My Way, Sunshine, Shapes of Things, and Space Safari. Great stuff. Solid album right here. Rampant is going to come in at number 4 for me. Number 3, let's go with Loud and Proud. I like this one a lot. This one's just really, really solid. Go Down Fightin'. I love Not Faking It. That's a great song. Freewheeler is fantastic. I like the Joni Mitchell cover, This Flight Tonight. Child in the Sun. I love that one. That one's awesome as well. Solid album. Not a bad song on here. Loud and Proud for me. Number 3. Number 2. We're going to go with Razz. So, this one is fantastic. Like I said, when I played it for the first time, I thought this might be better than Hair of the Dog. And as you can see, I'm ranking it higher, so I stick with that. But the opening track, Razz is a straight out banging track. Alcatraz I like a lot. Vigilante Man took a little while to grow on me, but it's kind of cool. Woke Up This Morning I like it better than the version on Exercises. Night Woman, Bad Boy. Sold My Soul's the one song I don't care for on here. But Too Bad, Too Sad's really good. And then closing out with Broken Down Angel, which just might be my favorite Nazareth song. Great stuff, man. That Broken Down Angel, I don't know. Another one of those songs when I heard it for the first time, I just couldn't get enough of it. Still really can't get enough of it. I don't usually listen to that song just once. So, Razz gets beaten out by one. And even though I like all these albums, especially like from, I don't know, I really like Close Enough for Rock and Roll and Exercises, but I would say from Hair of the Dog up, they're all like A albums to me. This one is A+. It's just about perfect. I can't say enough for it, but I'm going to try. Expect No Mercy. What an album. The title track is just a banging, aggressive hard rock song. I love it. Dan McCaffrey's screeching vocals, everything about Expect No Mercy. A+. Gone Dead Train, love it. Shot Me Down. This one's kind of almost Heartland rock feeling. It kind of has a, I don't know if I want to say like a John Mellencamp kind of a vibe to it, but that's kind of the feeling I get when I listen to the song, and I love it. It's one of my favorite songs on here. Revenge is Sweet, another banger. Give Me What's Mine. Kentucky Fried Blues. New York Broken Toy. My least favorite song on here, Busted. Still good, just my least favorite. Place in Your Heart, great ballad. Love it. All the King's Horses, again, great song, great closer. Pretty much a perfect album for me right here. Love this one a lot. A lot. This is a fantastic record. And then the one that I got here, I had heard about this on one of the videos I watched, but I didn't realize that when I ordered this CD, I didn't realize that it came with the alternate version, and I'm glad it did. I was kind of hoping to pick that up someday, but I wasn't really looking for it when I ordered this one. I just kind of ordered the one that Amazon recommended to me, but it happened to be the one with the alternate version. There's some good stuff on the alternate version. I'm gonna have to say I think the record company made the right call, because Expect No Mercy is better, and the tracks that you would be missing, like Expect No Mercy, sure glad we have them. But there's some good stuff. Green's Life of the Dog's really good. I do not care for Shot Me Down as much, the alternate version. It's slower, more ballady. I kind of like the album version of that one better. It's not bad, but I much prefer the album version. So, yeah, really cool to have that. I love this one, man. This is a fantastic album. If you've not heard this album, you need to go listen to it. Like, as soon as you click off my video, go listen to it, because it's amazing and you won't regret it. If you like any kind of classic hard rock, right there you go. This album should be much better known than it is, because this is a true gem. So let me know in the comments your thoughts on 70's Nazareth. What are your favorite albums and or songs? One of these days here soon, I'm going to start digging into their 80's catalog. From what I gather, it's not as popular as these 70's albums, but yeah, it remains to be seen. Maybe I'll love them, maybe I won't, but I do have one here that is ready to go. That being the Full Circle, so I've got that one already. So also in the comments, let me know what your favorite and least favorite 80's albums are. Which ones should I look out for when I'm going through them? If you like this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future, and I will catch you next time.